Alright boys, we're talking exotic catalysts. These things are about to drop on us tomorrow for Summer of Solstice event that's going on July 31st. Now, there will be 5 new exotic catalysts that we're going to actually be able to pick up, and quite frankly, some of these are absolutely nasty. Now, for all of these weapons, you can find them by engaging in activities during the celebration of the deadly craftsmanship. Today, we're going to touch up on the things that are required to completely masterwork the weapon, as well as the stats and perks, because there's going to be some new perks added to these guns. So first on the list, guys, the Prospector. You can essentially masterwork this weapon by defeating enemies and completing the Nightfall Strike, the arms dealer. And of course, Prospector needs to be equipped. Now the stat changes. This is going to be interesting. You're going to get a plus 40 blast radius and a plus 70 weapon size. Now the plus 70 weapon size, that's what this site is calling it. I'm assuming that means inventory size. And more than likely that's being reflected by the deeper pockets perk that's being added, which is increased ammo reserves. So the gameplay you see here is Prospector going in PvP. It's good, man, and that's at 18 blast radius. That blast radius is not big at all. So now we're about to get a hefty 58 blast radius. But something I didn't even know about Prospector was that you get 8 rounds whenever you pick up a power ammo slot in Crucible. So needless to say, Prospector is going to be looking pretty nasty. Next up, guys, is Suros Regime. You'll be able to masterwork this weapon by defeating Crucible enemies and completing the Nightfall Strike Strange Terrain. Of course, Suros Regime has to be equipped during this. And the stats is going to actually give you a plus 50 recoil direction, which will actually max out the recoil direction for Suros Regime. So you're going to actually have a clean 100 recoil direction. It's also going to be adding the perk Suros Ascendance, which will increase the chance for kills to regen health. Now intrinsically, Suros Legacy perk already does this, but an increased chance of returning health, I think that can honestly put us on the same level as maybe Crimson. I know I'm dreaming a little bit here, boys, but I hope it does. Next on the list, guys, is Rat King. Defeating enemies and complete the Nightfall Strike Savathun Song. Of course, Rat King is equipped to unlock this, and it also says only Rat King PvE kills by fire team members will advance the objective. So I'm assuming everyone on the fire team needs to be using Rat King in order for you to progress. Now stat wise, guys, we're looking at a plus 20 aim assist and a plus 20 recoil direction change. That's actually going to give it an aim assist now of 80 and a recoil direction of 100. And we're also going to get a perk called Infestation, which refreshes health on Vermin Invisibility trigger. I know it's been a long time since any of us even used Rat King, but when you get a kill and then reload, you go invisible. Now you're actually going to get a refresh of health when you go invis. Sounds pretty damn nasty. I mean, it's got playmaking written all over it. Moving on, guys, is Hardlight. This is a hard letdown. I'm telling you, fellas, I was so let down by what we're getting with Hardlight. Essentially, guys, defeat enemies and complete the Nightfall Strike Savathun Song during Arms Week with Hardlight equipped. Now the stat here that's being added is plus 25 stability, which is odd because the gun already has 82 stability. So yeah, we're getting max stability. And if you're wondering how a max stability Hardlight acts and feels, just go back to D1 because we had 100 stability on Hardlight in Destiny 1. Honestly, what should have been the perk, and I think they wanted to do this, but they didn't do this, or maybe they're going to sneak it in. I don't know. But it should have been the stability stat being thrown in there, and also a perk that removes the screen shake for Hardlight. So kind of a letdown. We didn't see that. I was just blown away that we got a plus 25 stability buff when the gun already has 82 stability. We can't go any higher than 100, boys. It's just 100. It's max. And our final weapon catalyst is Fighting Lion. Again, guys, defeat enemies and complete the Nightfall Strike, the Pyramidion. Of course, Fighting Lion needs to be equipped for this. And the stat changes here, guys, is a plus 30 reload, putting it at now 85 reload. And you're also going to get an added perk called Chimera. We talked about this perk, guys. It's extremely nasty. So after this weapon fires, equipped kinetic and power weapons gain a brief period of increased handling and precision damage. This is very similar to Disruption Break on your EP SMG, but the difference is this is after the weapon fires, so you don't have to break their shield. And that buff to handling as well is going to make a lot of weapons that have like low handling feel much better in Crucible. There's just so much that can come from this Chimera perk. I'm assuming there's going to be a small countdown at your bottom left-hand screen whenever you shoot your Fighting Lion that will actually reflect how much time you're actually going to get those buffs to handling and precision damage. So guys, those are your exotics. I do wonder how we're going to be able to unlock these. These sound like they're going to be time gated in some ways, because unless you have that particular strike as the nightfall for that week, how are you going to access it? Unless this event allows allows us to access other nightfalls outside of the current weekly one. But I'll be covering all of those things tomorrow, guys, as soon as it drops, as well as how these catalysts feel. Well, guys, thank you all for coming and watching this video, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.
Make the effort.